What's happening, guys? Jason here, back with some 1970 Buick GS action. Today we're going to be doing a bit of a variety pack of things to the old GS. A bunch of little bite-sized things that need to be done, and we're going to be all over the car. So we're going to be doing some seam sealer around the cowl. We're going to be cleaning up and painting the inner fender well on the other side. We are going to be pour 15ing the trunk and potentially wet sanding and buffing the fenders now that the clear coat has had time to off gas and shrink down and get everything going. The very first thing we're doing is seam sealer. So I was going to do this last night right here, and the factory seam sealer was put onto bare metal. The new seam sealer says you can't do it on bare metal, so I had to paint it last night, and the humidity's been high. So yeah, giant pain in the butt there. It wouldn't hardly dry, so we're gonna get going today. Gonna start in here where I know the problem is. I feel like maybe I overdid it on the other side. I may get a nitrile glove on and see about thinning it out some. Yeah, I definitely feel like I overdid it over here, so I might go ahead and see about taking some of it off. And by some, I mean a lot. Okay, now I'm gonna look at wet sanding this fender, getting some of this orange peel out of it, which, yeah, it's got a decent amount of. So I'm gonna start off with 1,000 grit on my block here. So, just got a little soapy water. Come in and try to knock the orange peel down. As for when it's enough, typically when the sandpaper starts to drag is when you're getting on a flatter surface. The orange peel's kind of down. You can kind of listen to it and watch how the bubbles and the water moves and all that. But the feel is the primary setup. When you're dry sanding, it's a little easier to see. With it dried off, you can see areas of orange peel just in the way it goes. Anything that's shiny means I haven't gotten flat. Here I have. Here I have not. So this is what I mean when I say it's tricky with wet sanding, because you can't hardly see this stuff. You just got to be really easy with it and gentle. But anywho, Okie dokie, we are close enough on wet sanding now that we are going to start buffing. So, moment of truth time. We roll in here and start polishing and see what happened. Get rid of some of the dry crusties here around the rim. Give my Meguiar's compound a good shake. So this is the professional Pro Speed compound, fast cutting compound, quick removal 1200 grit or finer sanding marks, which is what I've been doing. So works great on fresh and cured paints. So this guy on. Light pressure, let's see what we're looking like. Still a bit hazy and need some more, so let's see what we're looking like now. Ah, yeah, that's what we're looking for. So that right there is what we call pretty dang good. So yeah, it's going to be a whole lot of that and going up and down this fender, and I will show you the finished product whenever I am done. Alright, done with the buff process. Now guys, I won't say I can't do better, but I did a pretty dang good job on this fender, if I do say so myself. Now, I think I can still always do better. I can always do a little better for perfection, but check this crap out. Okay, so there's still a few scratches there that I can buff out, but dang, that is pretty dang good. I mean, yeah, I can always do a little bit better. You always want to chase that perfection, but that is significantly better than any other paint job I have ever laid down in my life. Over here where there's Bondo and rust repair and all that stuff, I mean, pretty dang good if I don't say so myself. And now what I'm going to do is take out those last couple of scratches that I just saw. Then we're going to come over here and ceramic coat. So yeah. Okay, so those little scratches are buffed out. Now we're going to come in with a isopropyl alcohol. What we're going to be doing is ceramic coating. I'm going to be using the Avalon King. Found the stuff from Watch JR Go and a couple other YouTubers, and I put it on my Mustang. Really liked how it turned out. Still holding up well 6 months later. And now it's kind of the perfect time because the paint's fresh, there's no contaminants, and I just buffed it. So we're going to take our isopropyl alcohol here and wipe it down just to make sure all of the wax, and I didn't use wax, but just to make sure all of the residue from the stuff is off from it, the polishing compound and whatnot. Make sure we got a nice, really clean surface to work with. Okay, so we take our stuff here, and from what I've found, this stuff is pretty much idiot proof. Comes with these little applicator microfiber doohickeys and a foam pad. I don't see anything concerning. And anyway, then what you do is you take your ceramic coat here, you'll put a few drops onto the pad here, and you wipe it on, let it haze, wipe it off, and you're good to go. Rinse it down with some water. So just kind of, it's got a little pop lid. I say it's idiot proof, and then I show myself to be an idiot. Put some drops on, and off we go. It kind of goes on with a oily looking film, almost like a Rain-X would. And an X and a crisscross, and just make sure it's all on the paint surface. And we let it flash, and it again kind of turns that iridescent oil slick looking thing, which it has. And we come in and we buff, and thank God I remembered to hit the record button, otherwise I'd been sitting here talking to myself this whole time and not showing you the product. And just like that, easy peasy lemon squeezy. Moving on to the rest of the car, we'll probably go over there and pour 15 the trunk here shortly. Alrighty, moving on to the next part of Variety Hour, and that is pour 15ing the trunk. And I have two pieces of advice for you. One, never, ever, ever get pour 15 on your hands, because that crap does not come off. You're tattooed with it forever. Second thing, never just say goodbye to any paintbrush you use to do it, because I actually cleaned this guy out with lacquer thinner and everything, and yeah, it is done. So trunk has been rust converted, as you can see there, so we're about to get another paintbrush that we're going to say goodbye to, and we're going to get the gloves on so I don't tattoo myself again. We're going to paint that on. Okay, so I've got my jar of insanely expensive pour 15 and we're ready to brush it on. I don't know what mad lad invented this stuff, but he is a blessing to the entire car culture, because this stuff is insanely good. I brushed it on my Buick Sabre Sally probably 10-12 years ago, and that trunk is still rock solid. So yeah, I cracked the lid, and I know this stuff dries out, that's why I'm trying to use it. And again, as mentioned, insanely expensive. This one jar is like 70 bucks at your local auto parts place, and then the metal prep and everything else is expensive, but damn, is it worth it. It's about welded itself to the can. Okay, I don't know if you've ever seen Star Trek: The Next Generation, but the tar monster that killed their security officer. That's what this stuff looks like. a little goes a long way with this crap. So, problem just about solved there, and I got a riddle for you. What has two thumbs and poor 15 tattooed all over his arms and face because it's splattered? This guy. Now I got to do the painful process of getting this crap off from me. Anyway, yeah, so the final verdict of the day, the trunk has been poor 15'd. My paintbrush has been ruined. I am tattooed. The one fender has been sanded, buffed, seam sealer done. That would be the end of variety day on the Buick GS. So as always, thanks for watching. Please remember to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon if you enjoy these videos and you want to see more.